Hi, I'm Leah Morrigan, the Perfect Lady from the Perfect Gentleman magazine. I am here to talk to you about masculine beauty today, and I'm coming to you from Toronto. So first I want to talk about masculinity, masculine beauty from the standpoint of, we're going to be talking about costume history a little bit. We're going to be talking about men's shapes and dressing. I'm as a men's image consultant, so that's the perspective you're going to get from me. So my first point is about shape, and the most appealing shape on a man's body is his shoulders, I think. And so ultimately that's an inverted triangle, so we've got broad shoulders and a narrow waist. Men will dress to exaggerate this shape, in fact, and wear a hard-shouldered suit jacket or sports jacket or a uniform. I think this is why women have crushes on men in uniform, because it exaggerates that beautiful masculine shape. So men dress to exaggerate their shoulders, but they weren't always able to do this. So way back, when we were first discovering textiles and weaving wools and linens, we were limited by the dimensions of the loom. So essentially we had rectangles to dress in. And so when in Rome, we would have draped it around as a toga. If we were in Egypt, we would have worn it as a tube, sort of on the body. And some other cultures would cut a hole in the middle of the triangle and wear it over the top like a poncho or a mantle of some kind. So at that time, clothing was very androgynous. There wasn't really anything that differed from men to women. They wore the same thing because they were all wearing triangles, or rectangles, I mean. And so as things went on, hundreds of years go by, and then suddenly we find ourselves in the fanciest period for menswear ever. I'm going to show you some pictures so you understand just how fancy we're talking about. This is during King Charles II's reign, who had come in from France and the court in France. And if you look, you can sort of see that women's clothing was kind of plain in comparison to men's. So we had all these rows of buttons and flounces and lace and big hats and all of this stuff. I don't know what they did with their time, because it seems like they were getting dressed the whole time. And it keeps going on and on. We get to, there's this picture, there's another. It took a while for this to go away, is what I'm trying to say, until, we get here's 1705, the Queen Anne's reign. Look at this getup. Look at him. It's a beautiful tailcoat. I can't imagine how heavy it was, though, with all of these rows of buttons and embroideries and lace and all of this stuff. Really quite something. I hope all of you guys are feeling good that you're in simpler clothing. I know I would be. So that was that part. Now, once Beau Brummel came in, he was very instrumental in moving menswear forward, and he kind of simplified men's clothing. He brought trousers into permanent fashion, and until we get to about the middle of the 19th century, and that's when the sack suit is born. So sack suit is essentially very similar to probably the suits that you're wearing now, and then we've come full circle and we're back to that inverted triangle. So there's that. But masculine beauty isn't just about clothes. It can be about a lot of things. And young guys now in the modern times they're very aware of how they present themselves, and they're very aware of what they look like. So they're feeding themselves healthy foods, they're going to the gym, they're concerned with skincare, their shaves, all of that kind of thing. Because luckily for them, and I think for us as an entire society, as gender rules start to bend, and now we don't have to try to strive for the extreme of masculinity, we're now okay to go on the spectrum of gender, and that's lovely. So we're getting into almost an androgynous period now, where men are doing things that women have done, and women are doing things that men have done, and that's lovely, to the point where men are even wearing makeup now, young guys, and this is going to be the normal thing, I understand, amongst the millennials. So this no makeup idea, which is a concealer, a light foundation, and a powder just to even the skin tone. And so this makes them feel good about themselves and what they look like. So that's what young guys are doing. But, the more I think about it, There's always some beautiful things about the interiors of men. Does he have a good heart? Is he open? Does he respect people? Is he nice to animals? Is he kind? Those are also beautiful. But, it all comes down to one thing. Confidence. If confidence is not there, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter how well you are dressed. If you're not confident, there's going to be it takes away. There is less. And so confidence is something that everybody's attracted to confident people, confident men. It's the certainty of being yourself. It comes from the inside out. It drives us to success. It is pure and it is real. And so, according to me at least, masculine beauty is all about confidence.